So what we do in our coaching sessions is we'll take a couple of moments and let's just ground ourselves. Breathe in through your nose. Hold it. And breathe out through your nose. And I did it over and over and over. I coached people, I said, would you like to continue? They said yes, made an offer, collected testimonials, and profited. That was the simplest business plan ever, is to go talk to real people, coach them powerfully, and then ask if they want to continue. There's an opportunity today for you to land a client. You just got to find it. You're already a 7-figure coach. The money just hasn't come in yet, right? That is already who you are. And now as you become that version of you, what's going to happen is your life, your world will begin to shift into that. Will begin to align to your identity. Your behavior will align with your identity every time. There are 4 pieces of buyer information that people really care about. Okay, these are the things that create buyers. Name, timeline and type, dream clients, and results. Okay? Both are important. I do both. You should do both. If you need a client now, or at least aren't making $8,000 a month, if you want to fill your programs now, like this week, my recommendation, my professional recommendation after working for 9 years in this industry and coaching thousands of coaches is initiate, then attract. Or anything. I say this will require a little sweat equity. We're going to make it fun and easy for you, and you still have to do the work. This means showing up on time for our calls, doing the homework. Do you have the time and energy to prioritize this right now? So the Heck Yes Sales method, we kind of covered it today. Open possibility, signature framework, non-negotiables, the real investment, objections, questions, concerns, platinum offer outline, and the big offer. So open possibilities, we covered all of this in the mistakes. Then share your signature framework. I write 5 things down. Then share, these are my dream clients. This is who I expect you to be when we work together. Then ask the sweat equity question, the real investment. Then ask them, do you have any questions at this point? No, great. Let me tell you about my program. Right? Write this down, the name, the timeline, etc. Then are you ready to say heck yes today? The big ask. Who is it for? What are they going to get? How long is it? And what's the name? The name, let me give you a little bit of insight. The name here should tell them the result. So that all they need is the name to know, what am I getting? Roommates to soulmates. I know the transformation I'm experiencing. Booked and paid, right? That's what I'm going to do. Clients with purpose. That's who I'm going to land. And it's not going to be sleazy or weird. It's going to be with purpose. make your list. You send them an impact thank you message with a special gift, and then you actually conduct the coaching session. You do a strategic session. You dive in and you explore, what are some of the things that are like really challenging you right now? What are you trying to achieve right now? What's stopping you? And then at the end, you make an offer. I guarantee you, you make this list of 30 or 40 people, or even these 10 people, at least 10% of them will say, oh my gosh, I need to work with you. Of coaching, physical copy of the 7 Laws of Building a Successful Coaching Business, my new book. It is going to be launching soon. You get a physical copy. It's not even out yet. A Yeti microphone and Amazon gift cards. How do you attract, connect, and commit your dream clients to happily paying you premium price? Today, the best coaches, experts, and freelancers realize that icky, manipulative, non-consensual selling strategies just don't work, and are now leveraging a new way of selling to accelerate our business growth today.
I'm only one client away.
There's always so many nuggets with Sean. There's so many nuggets.
Good session. More good information, man.
I just have to say that it is amazing.
I can promise you that this challenge is like none other. It's like no challenge we've ever taken before. It literally changed my life, and I'm sure that it will change yours too.
Natural, nothing salesy.
I love that Sean shared all that. I actually was over here in the beginning, like about to cry for a minute.
Today's session, that was amazing. And now I'm thinking back on all of my different sales conversations before.
Believes that it is possible to combine purpose and profit. So if there's a voice in your head that says you can't do both, I'm here to tell you that you can do both. And Sean is the person that helped me to understand that.
I just thought that was great. The whole thing was awesome. This is my 3rd time taking it. I still have lots of notes, lots of screenshots.
Day 2 was amazing. We did some amazing stuff. I got my questions answered.
I actually land the sale because I've learned so many good nuggets from this challenge.
I have, learned from lots of amazing people, but I've never seen a sales call go that way before.
It's why I keep coming back. Every single time I take this challenge, I learn something new that kind of sticks.
Sean is fire, brings so much value. Everybody should take it.
Do you want to be known as an expert in your space, be recognized as a leader in your industry, land aligned, high-paying dream clients who love doing the work and also who get results 10 times faster?
Actually participated a few times now, and every single time I learn and grow so much.
Serve, don't sell. Ask, don't tell.
Ask, do not push. Help, do not control. Lead.
So many breakthroughs, so many gold nuggets.
I'm Sean Q.
Sean Q.
Sean Q. Sean Q.
I think this is just the inspiration that I needed.
Gold nugget takeaway was the silence. Like how quiet Sean was and how often allowing the person to essentially sell the program to themselves.
It will work. It will get you the results that you are seeking. So powerful. Heck yes to this challenge.
And now it's your turn. Get ready because the One Client Away Challenge starts right now.
Hello everybody, Sean Q here, and I'm actually at home in our home office. As you can see, I'm not in the studio because we give our team Fridays off, and typically I have Fridays half day Thursday and all day Friday completely off. but I chose to show up today for you because today is the last day of the 5-day One Client Away challenge. I am so excited. Has this challenge been good or what? Let me know if you can hear me, if you can see me. I am so excited. I'm your executive abundance coach, and I am so excited to be here today. Okay, let me know if you can hear me, if you can see me. I'm going to double check that. Okay, great. I hear myself. While we're doing this, I want you to put hashtag team live. And if you are with us live, thank you so much for spending Friday morning with me. If you're on the rerun, go to put hashtag team rerun. Thank you so much for spending time with me as well. I appreciate the fact that you are showing up for yourself, to show up and to make a difference in your life. Now, I'm pretty excited. Let me know if you're hashtag team live, if you're on the rerun. We're going to be doing an extended Q&A today. And so I'm going to be doing some training. And on top of that, I am also going to be showing you the answers to some of these like massive questions. We actually had some questions come in on Monday, and I am so excited to explore every single one of these questions. I said, just ask one question below. We gave away a $50 Amazon gift card, but I haven't answered all 40 questions that have come in. So I'm going to make sure to answer every single one of these questions near the end. It's going to be fire. And if you have any other questions you want to add to it, go ahead and put hashtag Q&A or hashtag question in the chat. And if you are like just, oh my gosh, so excited, and you hear a gold nugget and you're like, oh my gosh, that was for me, I am so excited about that as well. You just have to let me know by using hashtag gold nugget. So let's go ahead and practice that. Go ahead and put hashtag Q&A, hashtag question in the chat or hashtag gold nugget. I see you with us today. Josh Legacy, Noah, Mavish, Tommy, Laura, so good. Paige, Madife, Kevin, Jamie J, Laura, Mandy. Oh my gosh, so exciting to see all of you. And so excited to have you all here. Okay, so I want to see if this works. Let me see. Hey, look at that. And I'm actually going to have the overlay. So everybody go ahead and put a question or put something in the chat right now. Just think of a question that you think would be actually really beneficial for someone else to learn or for yourself. Any question when it comes to your marketing, your sales, when it comes to messaging, when it comes to getting in front of your dream clients, when it comes to using Facebook groups, when it comes to how to get the most out of the challenge, when it comes to anything, visibility, sales, marketing, I am here to help you. So right now, go and put a question in the chat. And I want to see if this cool feature works today. So let us know. Question, where's Baby Yoda? Baby Yoda stays at the studio. Baby Yoda stays at the studio. Sorry. So he's at the studio. All right, let me go ahead and check in. Go ahead and put hashtag gold nugget or hashtag question in the chat. I want to test this feature and just see if your comment shows up because I'm seeing new comments will be displayed here, but I want to see if that actually works. I got my massive Superman cup here, which is pretty amazing. Hey, it works! And somebody is here, but only for a little while. Previous scheduled event shit. They're leading. Oh my gosh, so good. Question. Someone like me is comfortable with small groups or one-on-one sessions. Any suggestions on enlarging that comfort zone? Oh, so good. Okay, cool. I love it. That feature works. We'll keep that up. Obviously, keep it friendly. Okay. I have so many slides I want to share with you. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And let's see if you could see my screen. All right, can you see my screen? Let me know. Somebody says getting coffee, but I'm here. So good. Okay, I'm going to get so distracted by those comments. So I'm going to actually turn that off for now. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Today, we're going to continue discussing how to launch your group coaching program to 7 figures as a coach and an expert. Quick recap. Okay, this week we covered so much. I want to know how many days did you show up this week? Maybe you showed up all 5 days live. Maybe you showed up to like 2 days live, but you've been catching the replays. Let me know in the chat. What did you show up for? Here's everything you could have showed up for. Number 1, you showed up, you went live, you audited your social content to better fit high ticket buyers. You audited your existing audience for high ticket buyers. You used a high profit referral method. You crafted your group offer. You set boundaries by creating non-negotiables. You grabbed a hold of the perfect sales transition. You used the 7-figure container script. You improved your sales process by overcoming the 15 biggest mistakes. You used the dream client matrix to uncover who you really want to work with. You decided hashtag no more was fear and rejection going to stop you. And you took loads of notes and massive action. Maybe you even landed a client. I know Laura did. Maybe you did too. Let us know in the chat. Or maybe you even said, I'm going to get extra support, and you enrolled in Clients with Purpose. If any of you who are new students who are live with us, let us know in the chat. If you're on the rerun as well, let us know in the rerun. We have done so much that if you took all of this action and you did all of this week in this accelerated experience, I almost guarantee you have moved 10 steps forward, 1,000 steps forward. You've landed the client. You moved ahead. How many of you feel like because of this week, you made a decision? You committed to something. Something has shifted in you. Let me know in the chat. How many of you right now, something shifted in you this week? I'm seeing so many comments come in. Somebody said, I hope every single person is signing up for Clients with Purpose, says Heather, and saying just how much goodness there is from this free challenge. Somebody says, hashtag extra support rocks. Yes, definitely moving forward. So many steps. So good. Hashtag shift boss. So amazing. Somebody says, hashtag holy shift. That's funny. Somebody says, yes, shifting and growing. Thank you. Feeling an empowered shift. Huge shift. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Well, we did a lot of action this week. I'm curious, what was your biggest gold nugget from yesterday's training? What was your biggest gold nugget from yesterday's training? What are you still chewing on? Maybe not even from yesterday's training. Maybe you're still chewing on what we covered on day one. And you're like, oh my gosh, I'm still processing all the goodness from day one. Let me know in the chat. I'm going to pull it up. Somebody says, feeling excited to move forward. Somebody has all these emojis. It's like, oh my God, this was just so amazing. Somebody said, shift the force is with me. I love it. Somebody said, hashtag the matrix. I'm curious, what was your biggest gold nugget? What is the biggest thing that stood out for you that you're still chewing on? Let me know. What's the biggest gold nugget? Somebody says, hashtag chewing on the cod. Oh, so fun. So somebody says, Tommy says, still chewing on how to view money as well as being my authentic self. Vulnerability. That's amazing. Isn't it so key to recognize that the more me I am, the more money I make. The more you are, the more money you make. Somebody says it starts with a story, that stories activate possibilities. If you have not shared a story of what's possible today, yesterday, the day before, that's your homework, is go post a piece of content sharing what's possible with people, sharing a story of your own transformation or of a client's transformation. Why? Because stories activate possibilities. So powerful. So good. So over this week, we covered quite a bit. We covered my business plan, super simple business plan, the high profit referral, the 3 things you have to nail in order to totally hit a 7-figure coaching business, the 4 pieces of buyer information, the 5 horsemen of group coaching death and how to overcome those, how to create non-negotiables. We went over this yesterday, which is the dream client matrix, but the content matrix as well as the sales process. We talked about the dream client matrix and the 7-figure napkin strategy. Okay. Somebody say hashtag, wow, this was so good. Like, this was actually really helpful. If this was a useful challenge, go ahead and put, this was an actually helpful challenge. This actually helped me. This challenge actually helped me. Now, in today's training, we're going to cover the 10 major pitfalls you may fall in after this week. Guess what? There's a lot of energy this week. As you can see, we have wound it down. As you can see, we are now in a moment where you are at a crossroads, where you have to make a decision whether you're going to continue this momentum or not. I want to warn you and equip you to overcome the 10 major pitfalls that may happen, that you may fall in after this week. and the number one secret to success, hands down. The number one secret to success, hands down. Is that okay? Can I share this with you? We're also going to do an extended Q&A like I mentioned earlier. I see it. Hashtag helpful challenge. The challenge actually helped me. So good. Okay, the top 10, I'm going to share the top 9 first, but essentially the top 10 obstacles you must commit to overcoming right now. Okay, the top 9 obstacles you must commit to overcoming right now. 9 out of 10 of all businesses fail within the first 18 months. And what we mean by fail is they don't make any money. The people actually quit their business and they shift their, they pivot, they change. They're like, okay, I'm going to do something different. 9 out of 10 of all businesses fail within the first 18 months. Only 4% of businesses make it to 1 million annual revenue. 4%. Somebody say, I'm a part of the 4%. I'm a part of the 4%. Only 4% of businesses make it to 1 million annual revenue. I'm curious, are you committed to being a part of the 4% so you can change lives, create jobs, travel with your family, and make the world a better place? Are you committed? If so, go to put hashtag committed in the chat right now. Hashtag committed. If you said heck yes, then I want to show you these obstacles standing in your way so you can overcome every single one of them. Now, here's the truth. You are a leader. You are a boss. You are an influencer. People see you, see how you show up, and that influences how they show up. So it is your job to plan to win. Somebody in the chat, say that right now. Make that commitment. It is my job to plan to win. As I share this list, I want you to recognize what pitfalls you tend to fall into. Most of the time, what I find is that the coaches we work with have identified 2 or 3 of these that they're like, that's why I haven't been winning. That's what's been holding me back. And then once we identify what it actually is, we can then begin to shift it. First step of any type of solution is admitting you got a problem, is acknowledging here's the issue and here's what I want to do to overcome it. So as I share this list, I want you to recognize what pitfalls you tend to fall into. Actually, let me know in the chat, oh, that's me. That's the one that I struggle with. Okay? Up until now, you've struggled with. But now you're moving forward. Ready to boss up? Let me know in the chat. Who's ready to boss up? All right. Pitfall number 9. Let me take a swish of this drink. Pitfall number 9. You haven't clearly defined success, so you don't even know if you're on the right track. Okay, let me just share this real quick. I cannot tell you how many times somebody tells me, I want to hit 6 figures. I want to hit 7 figures. I want to hit $10,000 months. And they make that number up. It's just this random number they hear all over the internet. And so they say, well, that's, I guess, what success is. And so success becomes something someone else has defined for you, as opposed to you saying, what is it I want? What does success actually look like for me? I was telling Inner Circle this, and I gave homework, which is make a list of everything you want, not just what you need, but what you want. I'll give you an example. I want to be able to have, I told this to the Inner Circle. One thing that's on my, I really, really, really want this list is to have on retainer, a stylist. Because I'm not good with choosing my clothes. Let me just be honest. And I know there are some people out there who are amazing at it. I want to have someone on retainer who on a monthly basis figures out what I'm going to be showing up for and then chooses my outfits for me and buys that for me. A professional who does that. Some people will say, well, I don't need that, right? I can go to the store for myself. And that used to be me. It's, oh, well, I don't need that. So let me diminish myself and make myself play a small game because I don't need that. I remember when we made a decision, we're going to build our dream home in San Diego on a beachfront. The first thought that came up was a limiting belief. Well, it's going to be impossible to find land. It's going to be too expensive. It's going to be too hard. So instead of San Diego, let's find somewhere that's cheaper, more accessible. And so what happens is we diminish our want and we base our vision on what we need. And that is a scarcity perspective and mindset. When we work with our clients, one of the first things we do is help level up the beliefs they have, to level up the identity they have so they can step into abundance and have a greater relationship to overflow. Let me say that again. Have a healthier, greater, stronger relationship to overflow. For some of us, overflow is uncomfortable. Having quote unquote too much is uncomfortable. And yet it is when you have too much that you can play in a space of true, deep, great generosity. So I want you to take a moment and ask yourself, do you have it listed out? Everything you want in every aspect of your life. So clearly defined that you can hand it to a stranger, they can read it, and they know exactly what you're about. If you have not done that, that's part of your homework. Is literally create a document called, I really, 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 really want everything on this list. And whether you need it is not even a concern or a variable. It's simply a matter of what you want. What does success look like for you? Then put a number to everything there. The number I have for the stylist is $25,000, and that's just for the retainer because they're really good at what they do. On top of that, there's another $25,000 for the clothing. So that's $50,000. And that's just for that piece. Once I added everything I wanted in life, it was about $4.2 million. So now I don't want to build a 7-figure business. I want to build a $4.2 million business. And that number pulls me out of bed. That number is meaningful to me because I know in that number, there's a fund for my family. There's a fund for my daughter, for her to be able to do things. There's a fund there for me to be able to travel to the specific places I want to travel. So I want you to create that. If you have not done that, then what's going to happen is you're going to try to hit let's just say $10,000 a month, but then you won't know where that money's going. And it'll come in, but then it'll go out. And you'll be in just as much of a dire situation, roller coaster situation now. Or you'll hit a number like 6 figures and struggle with knowing why aren't you happy? Because there's no meaning behind it. So somebody in the chat right now, put the hashtag wants over needs. Wants over needs. Wants pull you out of bed and give you passion. Okay, pitfall number 8. I kind of got on a little step stool there, but I think it's so important. Pitfall number 8. You lack education and skill and are unwilling to learn new things. Well, let me tell you something about this one. Okay, you lack education and skill. In other words, you really don't like learning. And I can't tell you how many times I've worked with coaches who they had a really bad school experience. The association they have with learning and with growing and is the red pen marks they would get from their teacher, or the feeling of being called on and not having an answer. I remember I read this quote once that somebody said, the teacher called on me and I was stressing and I had to say, I'm not dumb, I promise. I'm just stressed right now. I'm just nervous right now. Here's the truth. You are smarter than you think you are. And you have access to so much information. Right now, what I encourage you to do is make a decision that you're going to take. What I do is every year, I make a decision on what I'm going to learn deeply that year. So that every year I grow in some type of depth. Sometimes it's business related. Last year it was storytelling. So I read everything I could on stories. I listened to every podcast, watched every YouTube video I could find, bought courses, invested in a storytelling coach. This year it has nothing to do with business. It's all about biophysics. It's all about biology and psychology and neurology. It's all about different things. Here's the truth. If you're unwilling to learn, you're unwilling to step out of your comfort zone. So who here right now is committed to learning new things? Who here is committed to trying new things? Who here is committed to saying, you know what, I don't know what I need to know, but I'm going to figure it out? Let me know in the chat. Okay, pitfall number 7. You don't give your business enough time to succeed and quit too quickly. I see this all the time. A coach will come to me and I'll say, how long have you been invested in this business? And they'll say, well, I just changed my mind 2 days ago. And then they change their mind again 2 days later. And then 2 days later, they change their mind again. And what this tells me is they have a really difficult relationship to consistency. Consistency is the key to success. And here's the truth. Consistency isn't some type of secret power. To be consistent is the ability to show up for yourself. It is a psychological, healthy trait to be able to show up for yourself and say, you know what? I'm choosing me today again. How many of you have struggled with this? Let me know in the chat. Because I know in the beginning, especially when I was just starting, this was me. I didn't know which direction to take. So I quit every single time. And you just didn't give it enough time to be nurtured and to develop and to grow. Let me know in the chat. Maybe pitfall number 7 is for you. Okay, pitfall number 6. You try to do it all and figure it all out on your own, and you eventually burn out. You don't ask for help. You don't have a community around you who is supporting you and rooting you on and answering your questions. But you try to do it all and figure it all out on your own, and you eventually burn out. Here's one of the big things, and I'm actually going to go full screen on this because this is so key. Whenever I find myself in a situation where it's like, okay, I've been hitting 7 figures, I want to hit 8 figures, or I'm having a trouble with this staffing situation, or I'm having a hard time with building this new offer, I never ask myself how. How do I overcome this? How do I do this? How do I figure this out? I always ask myself, who? Who do I know that is already living the life I want, that has already handled this obstacle, that has already overcome this, that I can then reach out to? Most of the time, your solution isn't found in a how. It's found in a who. And if you have found someone, for some of you, it's me. You've already identified, Sean, you're my coach. For other areas of your life, it could be someone completely different. It's never a matter of how, because what's going to happen is you're going to come to an obstacle, you're going to figure out, you're going to ask yourself, how do I overcome this? Then you're going to go listen to so many different ideas and perspectives, and somebody's going to say, do it this way, and someone else is going to say, do it this way. And then you're going to be at an impasse, and you'll be stuck there. How leads to being stuck, but who leads to a helping hand who says, I've already been here. This is where we got to go. So good. So who, not how. Okay, question. Pitfall number 5. You lack focus and get distracted by every fad in the industry. Let me tell you something. There's a lot of new things happening in the industry right now. There's so many different things. It's really difficult to understand what you need to say yes to and what you need to say no to. That's why in our program in Clients with Purpose, we're very clear. When I work with my clients, we want you on one platform. We don't want you everywhere. I think being everywhere is going to waste your time. Be one place. Number 2, have one audience member. And number 3, have one offer. That's it. One platform, one niche, one offer. Before we hit our first 7 figures, before we made our first $1 million in our business, I sold one thing to one type of person on one platform, Facebook. And that's it. That's all it takes. It doesn't take you being everywhere. It takes you having one platform with one type of audience or one dream client and one offer for them. So pitfall number 5, you lack focus, you get distracted. Pitfall number 4, let me know, are these really standing up for you? If these are your issues, I've been there, I get it. Let me know. Pitfall number 4, you don't know how to make money and or don't know how to invest that money on all the right opportunities. Let me know in the chat. Maybe this is for you. So a lot of people are really, really, really good at coaching, but they don't know how to sell coaching. They're really, really, really good at the service they do, but they don't know how to sell that service. So you don't know how to make money. Here's what's pretty incredible. There was about a year ago, there was this big bill that just showed up on my doorstep. And I was like, oh crap, I don't think I'm going to be able to pay this. And I realized, oh, wait a minute. I know how to make money. And guess what I did? I took the next 2 weeks to generate enough revenue to pay that off right away. Why? Because you know how to, when you know how to make money, you can literally go make it. Somebody say that in the chat. When you know how to make it, you know how to make it. Okay. Now, the top 3 reasons a business fails when combined, these are deadly. I'm going to give you the top 3 reasons. Okay, listen. Shh, I'm going to whisper. Once I overcame these 3 reasons for failure, our company experienced astronomical growth. We had over nearly $250,000 in just 3 months kind of growth when we were doing much less than that. So let me help you experience astronomical growth. Number 3, you don't have a marketing and visibility strategy that you can use over and over again to get in front of your dream clients. Number 2, you don't have a proven sales system that you set and forget to turn the sale into a fun and easy, heck yes, sign me up. Now, let me describe this because I mentioned marketing strategies and sales systems. Strategies are things you do again and again. You rinse and repeat. And you do the strategy again and again. Maybe for you, it's live streaming because you shine on live. Maybe for you, it's written content because you shine on written. Maybe for you, it's Facebook group. Maybe for you, it's LinkedIn. But it's something you do again and again. You rinse and repeat. Systems are something you do once and then you don't have to do it again. It's do it, then done. Somebody say hashtag do it, then done. All right? One and done. You do it once and it's done. You need to have a marketing system that gets you in front of the right people over and over again. And then, the right strategy that gets you in front of the right people over and over again. And then the right system that you can funnel people into, that you can lead people through to say, hey, the system's already set up to be able to sell them into my group coaching, my one-on-one, my course, my membership, etc. Now, here's the truth. You can have the systems, you can have the strategies, but there's still one key pillar of success that's missing. The one pitfall is why freebies don't work to create long-term success. It's why going it alone almost always leads to failure. Let me know in the chat, do you want to increase your productivity and your results every single day by over 250% scientifically? There have been studies that show the thing I'm about to show you increases your productivity every single day by over 250%. Let me know in the chat. I got to take a drink of water. Let me know if this would be helpful. If not, I mean, we can just end here. Okay, I got a yes. I got somebody's permission. Let's do it. You know, I should probably plug in my laptop. Y'all, this is a reminder. Check that battery. Also a reminder, make sure your Wi-Fi is on and you're not using data. All right. Are you already committed to showing up as your very best version of yourself every single day? Well, if so, then you have to overcome the number one pitfall for entrepreneurs. This number one thing, if you don't have this in place, will cause you to quit after 18 months. Okay, drum roll, please. You don't have experienced, committed accountability to keep you moving in the right direction every single day. Let me tell you something. Having experience, somebody who's been there before, committed, somebody who's going to show up for you again and again. Accountability, somebody who's going to say, come on, let's keep going. No, you're not quitting today. No, you're not giving up today. No, you're not feeling stuck today. No, you're not staying there today. When you have experience, committed accountability that keeps you moving in the right direction and says, no, that's a distraction. Stay focused. Nope, keep doing this right here. Every single day, it shifts how you play the game. Here's the top secret to wild success. Experienced and committed accountability. Let me know in the chat right now where you would be today if over the last 10 years you had one person, 2 people, 5 people in your corner who checked in on you every day, who coached you every day from the minute you woke up to the minute you fell asleep, kept you on track with your major goals in life. They help to keep you on track with your finances. They help keep you on track with your health. They help keep you on track with your family and your relationships, with your love, with your kids. How would that shift who you are today if 10 years ago, for the last 10 years, every single day you had experience and committed accountability helping you achieve what you wanted? How would life have shifted for you? Here's the truth. No matter how much you plan, strategize, and document, without experience, committed accountability, the action you take and the motivation you feel will fizzle out. Do you see how just this week, with the systems that I've shared, the strategy that I've shared, the accountability of this community, everything shifted for you. Here's the truth. Doing the wrong things better is not just progress. Doing the wrong things better is not progress. It's just a waste of time. I know that hit somebody right now in the chat. It hit you in the chest. Let me know. Doing the wrong things better is not progress. It's just a waste of time. It sucks to see someone struggling, thinking they're doing the right things. Are you ready to do the right actions in the right order at the right time? Are you ready to continue making big moves in your business? Are you ready to continue the momentum every single day? Well, I want to know in the chat, did you commit to action in this challenge? Let me know. Did you commit to taking action? Even if it's just making a decision, as small of an action that is, I know that's life-changing for some. Maybe you made a decision or you did something. Did you commit to taking action in this challenge? Well, do you want to keep going? All right, I talked about this on Wednesday. Clients with Purpose, a 6-month group coaching program for the heart-centered coach and expert who is ready to expand their impact, turn their skill set into a profitable group coaching program. If you have questions, we're going to answer those in just a second. We're going to get into our extended Q&A right now. But this is specifically for coaches who have decided to get all the support, all the strategy, and all the accountability that you need by allowing us to guide you into coaching mastery. In the first 30 days, you will craft the perfect group coaching program for your clients that gets them results and generates revenue for you. Where do you want to be in 30 days? Let me know in the chat. Where are you committed to being in the next 30 days, next 4 weeks, next month, 30 days from now? What are you committed to shifting in your life? Let me know in the chat. After the first 30 days, the next 2 months, you will fill your group coaching program again and again and maximize your sales. Where do you want to be in 3 months? Where do you want to be in 90 days? What kind of clients do you want surrounding you? What kind of support do you want in front of you? What kind of visibility do you want as you shine? In 3 months, how could everything shift for you? What's possible if you showed up every day for the next 3 months with consistent, committed, experienced accountability, the right strategies, and the right systems? And then after the first 3 months, you will have an additional 90 days of extra support as you get visible, build your audience, and scale your growth. What kind of support do you want surrounding you in the next 6 months? Here's what you get when you say yes to yourself: clarity, confidence, credibility, authority, expert status, engagement on your posts, referrals, conversion, people actually moving from likes to leads, from engagement to commitment, automation, happy money, joy, and freedom. Now, the way that we create this for you and with you is you get 6 months access to the Clients with Purpose 8-phase roadmap training vault. So where we show you how to literally do everything. 24/7 online access to coaching, support, and accountability. 365-day roadmap. So not only are we going to support you for 6 months, but you're going to have an entire year laid out of what to post every day to actually land a client. 2 hours a week, action accelerator coaching sessions. So we do this for 2 hours. You and I will hop on a call and I will show you what to do. Then I will do it with you. I will literally say, okay, share your screen. Let's post that right now. Let's reach out to that person. Let's send that message out now. On top of that, when you invest by today, you get a bonus 30-minute one-on-one 6-figure mapping session, a Get It Done virtual intensives. We do these 4 hours, 6 hours, sometimes all-day intensives where I just take care of things for you. I hate seeing people struggle with things like tech or things like clarity. Like, let's just deal with it. Let me get access to it. Let me just build it for you. And then the fast action bonus is launch in a box, where you get every single social media post, every single email, everything you need to launch right the first time. All of this is valued at $89,458. We sell this at $100,000 for corporate. But here's the truth. You can get started today for only $997. We also have a 7-day world-class cool-off policy. You spend 7 days with us, you make that investment, we do our one-on-one, you get the bonuses, and you're still not over the top satisfied. I will cancel your account on the spot, no questions asked. We expect you to launch your group program within 4 to 6 weeks of joining Clients with Purpose. We've had people do it within 2 weeks of joining. We've had people do it. Somebody did it in literally, they were about to launch the very next Monday. They invested on Friday. So 3 days later, on that Monday, we showed them how to tweak it, and it was amazing. If you're in, go to heyshawnq.com/group growth. If somebody in the team or in the chat, if you guys can, somebody put that in the links in the chat, that'd be amazing. www.heyshawnq.com/group growth. Now it's time for you to make a decision. There are 3 types of people on the call right now. You've heard everything you needed to hear. You've got it in your body. You know you're in. You're already committed to your growth. Click on the link, enroll. Once you enroll, you get immediate access to your account. You book your 30-minute one-on-one with me, and then we get on Zoom. You get the Zoom link for next Monday. My team will then reach out to you and welcome you into the program and let you know what your first task is. Congratulations to every single person who invested on Wednesday and on yesterday. Second person is you're someone who needs to sit with this, think about it, decide about that. I want you to open that link, find a sacred spot, sit there and connect in and ask yourself, what do I need to see or know in order to decide on this? Then make a commitment to step in at least by Wednesday. That's why I created that fast action bonus to support you in making that decision. Maybe you're someone who has some questions. There are 2 ways for you to get questions. We're about to do Q&A, and I'm going to do extended Q&A answering all of those questions. And then not tomorrow, but on Monday, I'm going to be hosting an Is This For Me call. Now, I know what you may be thinking. Well, gee, I really want to do this, but I wish I had the money. I wish I had the time. I have time to speak to my partner. Well, let me just tell you, this is not for you if you are struggling to meet basic needs. But if you're unsure about how to create all the money to make the payments, well, that's exactly what the program's about. We're literally going to show you how to make money within 4 to 6 weeks. And we even have something called the 7-day quick cash injection. This shows you how over 7 days, you're able to step in to your existing audience. And I guarantee, almost guarantee, there are 3 or 4 people ready to buy from you. You just don't have the strategy to get them over the top, over the next thing. So 7-day quick cash injection. Maybe you're like, Sean, this is the right timing. Here's the thing. If you feel this in your body, this is right for you. There's actually no other time because this is the moment that matches with what you actually need. Lastly, if you need to speak to your partner, we honor the importance of the most meaningful relationships in your life. So number 1, you have to be 1,000% yes to yourself before you talk to your partner. Number 2, your partner will match your energy and commitment to not stay safe, but actually move forward. Number 3, if you show up saying, I know what I'm struggling with, this has been the thing I need help with, and I found someone who can actually help me with that. I know I'm ready to say yes, and I want to include you in this decision. That will start the conversation off the right way. So will this work for you? Absolutely. If you're willing to be and have an abundance mindset and full belief and confidence that you are meant for more, if you have a work ethic that matches your commitment to a scalable business and a willingness to trust the tried and true process. This will not work for you. Do not buy if you're unwilling to get out of your comfort zone. Because let's face it, that doesn't lead to any growth. Or if you're not coachable and will not trust the process that's worked for hundreds of our clients. If you're like, Sean, you're not for me, that's okay. Cool. But if you've gone through this entire challenge and you're like, oh my gosh, Sean, yes, I've been looking for someone just like you. And this is for you. With that said, let's go ahead and get into some extended Q&A. And I'm excited to invite you to join us for the Clients with Purpose Group Growth Accelerator. Go to heyshawnq.com/group growth. Now, wait a minute. I got to give some prizes away. So we got a $25 Amazon gift card to someone. And that goes to Lily Butterfly. Somebody give a huge round of applause to Lily. You just won yourself a $25 Amazon gift card. Way to show up for yourself. Way to go live. Congratulations. Somebody tag her and say, oh my gosh, congratulations, Lily. You just won a $25 Amazon gift card. Yeti microphone. Chris Taylor, you just won yourself a Yeti microphone. You're going to sound so crisp and clean and clear, and it's going to be amazing. So congratulations, Chris. You just won yourself a Yeti microphone. We also got to give away a physical copy of my book. This is actually not out yet, but you will get this physical copy first. Be one of the first people to receive this, called The 7 Laws to Building a Successful Coaching Business. And this goes to, drum roll, please, Jamie J. Congratulations, Jamie. You are getting a physical copy. I will sign that copy for you as well. And last but not least, the ultimate prize, a 3-month scholarship into the 6-month program, Coaching with Me. The ultimate prize goes to, drum roll, please, Laura Flair, congratulations. You are going to spend 3 months in the program. I'm so excited for you. It's pretty amazing. And I'm so excited to get you started. This is going to be amazing. Congratulations. You got yourself a 3-month scholarship into a 6-month Clients with Purpose program. Congratulations. Everybody give them a huge round of applause. I'm so excited for you. Now let's get some clarity. Let's get some clarity. So I'm going to share a different part of my screen. But let me check in. Was this good or what? Was this helpful? Was this like, oh my gosh, this was actually like useful information, useful training? Let me know in the chat. Okay, let's go ahead and answer all of these questions. Let's see. All right, so, and if you have a question about the program, about your offer, about your pricing, about your audience, or anything like that, I want to answer it for you. So, Nicola, she says, oh, what's one question I can ask myself to make sure my marketing is speaking to ready to buy clients? Okay, ready to buy clients. What's one question you can ask yourself? So here's what's really important. Oh, I love it. So good. So good. Laura deserves that prize. I mean, if Facebook blocks her daily because of her involvement in the group, she deserves it. So amazing. Somebody says, I'm driving, so I'm grateful for the replay because OMG, so awesome. Somebody says, I am in tears. This is going to be so huge for me. So exciting. Congratulations, Laura Flair. So amazing. Okay, so let me answer these questions. If you have a question, go to put hashtag question in the chat and I'll make sure to answer that as well. So Nicole Henry, what's one question you can ask yourself to make sure you're marketing to, make sure your marketing is speaking to ready to buy clients? So we talked about this on day one, but it's really, really, really important to speak to success, not struggle. If somebody can tag Nicola and let her know we're answering her question right now, if she's not live with us, go ahead and tag her. But you want to speak to success. You want to speak to commitment. You want to speak to the goal. You want to speak to possibilities. Here's why. Leaders get activated by that. If you're speaking to struggle, do you struggle to do X, Y, and Z? Or are you having a hard time X, Y, and Z? And you're leading with struggle, you're leading with pain, then what happens is a leader is actually repelled by that. And a high-ticket buyer is repelled by that. And so the level by which you want to play, the people who play at that level will be repelled by it. So what I encourage you to do is create content that's focused specifically on success and commitment, on possibilities and new ways of doing things. Now, you can speak to pain. I want to clarify this. You can speak to pain. But here's what's super key about this. When you're speaking to pain, you don't want to lead with it. Okay, so are you trying, every time I'm in a sales conversation with someone, I always identify, and anytime I'm creating content, I always identify what is it they want. Okay, let's go for what they want. And then naturally what happens is as they're trying to go to what they want, they will come to a roadblock. And that point, they'll experience some type of pain or struggle. So you lead with what they want. Let's paint the vision. Let's activate the goal. And then we can speak to this challenge. We can speak to the struggle. We can speak to the pain point. Okay. So possibilities, then pain. Somebody put that in the chat. Possibilities, then pain. Okay. So Paige asked a great question. Which options, with options from Facebook groups to private portal sites, how do you choose the best platform for setting up your group coaching program? Okay, I want to know if this would be helpful for everyone else as well. Let me know in the chat. there's so many different options. You can have a membership platform, you can have like a forum, you can have a WordPress site, you can have a ClickFunnels site, you can have a Facebook group. I mean, there's so many different like community things. Here's my recommendation is what's easiest for you. What is the most simple for you? If it's simple for you to do a Facebook group, then do a Facebook group. If it's simple for you to put together a forum or a WordPress membership site or whatever that, doesn't matter. I have run $10,000 programs from a Facebook group. All right. So you don't have to be all fancy and like all like have all these things. As long as you have a private place for your clients to spend time in, my recommendation is choose the simplest tool for you. Okay. It doesn't matter. You don't have to get complicated. Just super simple. Now, let's go to the next question. Okay, so I hope that answers your question. Everyone tag Paige, let her know we answered her question. Okay, what lead magnets best lead to high ticket sales right now? That's a great question. So I'm going to go back to the launch events. Launch events, which are freebies, are the best things ever. And what I would do is incentivize the freebie or the event. What I would do is incentivize the event with some type of freebie. So, hey, do you want to come to my 90-minute masterclass? I'm also giving away X, Y, and Z. Okay, X, Y, and Z. So I'm also giving away this PDF filled with whatever, this framework or this workbook or whatever, this script. You want to incentivize attending the event with some type of freebie that your audience wants and craves. So that's going to be what my recommendation is the things that actually lead to a high ticket buyer are events, and the things that can lead people to events are freebies. So you always want to incentivize the event with the freebie. Hope that helps, Samantha. So good. Okay, next question. Rebecca asks, how far in advance should you begin promoting a launch? How often should you promote your launch? Great question. So a lot of these things we actually answer in Clients with Purpose, which is really exciting. There's 3 things that I would recommend. Number 1, that you have a major event at least twice a year. A major big event that you spend, 6 to 8 weeks on, that you're like going all in on. And those 2 events should be the same event. Like you don't make up 2 new events every single year. You do the same things every year. 2 major events every year. Then you do a monthly event that you can invite people to. So you're building your audience, you invite them to the event. You build your audience, you invite them to the event. Now, what that event is, the great news is in Clients with Purpose, we actually solve that for you and we help you figure out what's the best event for you. Next question is, how often should you promote your launch? So how often should you promote your launch? The question is, how many people do you want and what does your current marketing look like? So what we do in Clients with Purpose, for example, is we take a look at all your social media platforms and we identify, okay, on your social media platforms, where are you getting the most engagement? Where are you also having the most high ticket buyers interacting with you? And if you're like zilch, none, like nowhere, then what's super important is to recognize that you got to build that. So it's not a matter of how much you should promote your launch. It's a matter of how much you should build your audience. How much time should you put together to building your audience? So that's going to be dependent on what you want to do. So I hope that answers your question, Rebecca. Let me know in the chat. Okay, Shirley says, I heard Facebook is a really great thing. I like them. How can I build a community using Facebook groups with the audience I want to target, even though groups aren't giving as much attention by the Book of Faces? Great question. So let me give you a little bit of a rundown on some of the algorithm shifts. This is one of the things a lot of our clients love to love about our programs is the fact that we provide so much like up-to-date information. So with algorithms, pages. So like if you have a business page and you're posting on your business page, 2% of your audience, the people who have liked that page, will actually see your content. Only 2% will actually see it. Less than that, much less, will actually engage with it. So 2% on pages. With groups, it's about 27% of the active members, and how they identify active members is if they've been active over the last 30 days. So it's like 23% of the people who have been the most active over the last 30 days will actually see your stuff. So let's say you've had 500 people. Well, let's make numbers easy. 100 people active in the last 30 days. Only 20 of them will see it. If no one engages with it, it won't show it to any more people. If people start engaging with it, then it'll start expanding. So with groups, what you want to do is you want to create engaging posts. Engaging posts. Especially, here's like a key secret. If your post hasn't gotten at least 5 pieces of engagement in the first 5 minutes, that includes likes, hearts, that includes comments and shares, 5 within the first 5, it's very likely Facebook's going to see it and say, that's not good content. I'm not going to show that to anyone. So we have very unique ways that we show people how to create engagement in their groups, if you're using groups as a community building or an audience building platform, to create engagement so that your 20% actually increases. Here's a tip. The @everyone tag should only be used during a launch. Should not be used every day, just consistently. It should be a very rare thing you only use during launches. So my recommendation is if you're going to use a group, specifically, let's go back to the question that Shirley asked, which is, how do I build the community? Create engagement. Then use all the features. Here's something that is like so important. Somebody put this in the chat. Use the features. Hashtag use the features. So in a group, there are features like guides. There are features like events. There are features like pinned posts. There are features, like the description, like the banner. There's so many different features. Use them all. Like really, that's why we recommend one platform. Because if you're on LinkedIn, there are specific features on LinkedIn you should be using every day to create engagement and connections. If you're on Instagram, there are specific features you should be using every single day. We actually have I think it's 7 or 8 different stories to post every day. If you're really using Instagram, that are the launch story sequence. And it's like super amazing. We share that in the program. It's pretty awesome. In Clients with Purpose with Facebook groups, we have an entire strategy on how you can leverage groups, to create clients within 5 days of them first joining the group. Catch that. Within 3 to 5 days of them joining the group, they become a client. So we share that in Clients with Purpose. But I hope that gives you enough, Shirley, to be able to have this question answered. Okay. Next question. I'm going to take a drink of water. We got 8 minutes left. So I'm going to try to answer all of these questions. Melissa says, I'm offering a group coaching program for teens. Obviously, I need to offer this to their parents, but I'm not a parent. So how can I get into the same circles as parents? Like I can't join parents groups on Facebook if I don't have kids of my own Thanks. Okay, great question. I'm going to actually recommend somebody who's in our program, who's been in my circle forever. Her name is Erin Tarr, and she's freaking amazing, y'all. Okay, Erin Tarr, she is a teen and tween girl coach. She works with teens and tweens and kids and their parents. I'm going to recommend you reach out to her to get a little bit more clarity on some of the things that she's doing. One of the things we recommended for Erin that's been really helpful is go where the kids are. You're going to sell to the parents, but you're going to need to be where the kids are. And what I mean by that, specifically the teens, is go to the schools. So one thing she does is she goes to schools and she does talks to the PTA. She does talks to teens. She does like conferences, things like that. She goes to clubs. She gets partnered with high school clubs and she talks to the teens there. So the way she enters it is by going where they are at. I believe she does some churches as well, like youth groups there. She does some like clubs, sports clubs, and she does talks there, all about confidence building. So you want to go there, but you want to sell to the parent. And so when you're selling to the parent, you often want to describe the relationship they have to the teen or to the person that they want you to coach. And you want to sell the idea of what life would look like if they had an outlet to have all of their questions answered, that they're too scared of or too, we awkwardly weirded out by asking their parents. So Erin Tarr is going to be able to go into that much more clearly. But that's my recommendation. Same thing is like applicable to corporate. Let's say you work with managers, but HR is making the decisions. Go where the managers are, and then have conversations with them, and then move to HR. So same thing if you're like working with someone, but the decision maker is someone else, go where the people you're working with are, and then go sell to the people who make the decisions. Let's see. Question, are you planning to cover Instagram and TikTok as well? In what way? Let me see who asked that question. Tommy, great question. Yes, we cover that in Clients with Purpose. I actually have someone who has killed it. They have like millions of followers on TikTok. We're about to bring them in to do a whole training on it. It's pretty wild. And I'm so excited about it. So yes, we have a whole Instagram thing as well. Okay. Next question. I hope that answers your question, Melissa. Lily, how much time is needed to promote a group coaching course and collect people? I kind of already answered that question, so I'm going to go to your next one. How much time should we give to ourselves for marketing? Again, I already answered that question, which is how much time do you need to build the audience? Depending on if you have the right strategy, it could take you 7 days. Like, it doesn't take a long time. It's just a matter of, are you in the right places to meet the right people who are going to say yes to your program? Okay, Melissa, because we don't have a lot of time. Yeah, let's see. Okay. And let me see if I have any questions coming up here. Oh, good. I love it. My head has been spinning around this. So good. Somebody says, y'all, Sean's keeping us up to date on the social media algorithms alone has been worth all the investment in Clients with Purpose for me. It's amazing. I love it. Somebody says it's super helpful. Okay, good. I'm glad. Let me know if this is helpful or not, and what you're taking away, like the gold nugget from this. Okay. Melissa says, oh my God, I'm doing my first workshop today. So this was 4 days ago. Melissa, let us know, how did it go? Everyone tag Melissa and say, how did your event go? And she's selling or presenting my offer feels so unnatural. How do you make it seem so easy to make it a no-brainer deal without being awkward? I've added a subscription-based membership as well to make it affordable. Is this a good idea? Okay. So I think a subscription-based membership and your high ticket offer are going to be very different audiences for very different needs. And my recommendation is always start high ticket. And then as you build your audience, you can then have a lower ticket thing like a membership. Here's the truth with a membership. It's a lot more work than you could imagine. I've had membership platforms before. We had a membership platform that was generating about $18,000 a month. And we shut it down because it was killing me, burning me out to keep it moving. And so we no longer have a membership platform because we're making so much more profit with our high ticket. So my recommendation is always start with high ticket. So to answer your first question, though, is how do you make it seem so easy? Practice, practice, practice. If it feels weird, it likely is. If it feels uncomfortable, listen to that and identify what part of this makes me feel uncomfortable. And then shift it to be more in alignment with you. And then practice it, practice it, practice it, practice it. Sometimes things are uncomfortable, not because they're out of alignment. Ooh, this is going to be so good for someone. Sometimes things are uncomfortable, not because they're out of alignment for you, but because it's new to you. It's just out of your comfort zone. You've never done it before. So it's not that it's out of alignment. It's that it's just a new thing you're doing. So my recommendation is practice, practice, practice. For example, with this challenge, I have done challenges. This is actually the first time we've done this challenge for groups, but I've done challenges for the last 6 years. So whenever I do a challenge, I know how I'm going to start off because I've done it for so long. When I first started, though, you should see that first one. Oh my gosh, is it a mess? But guess what? I made a decision to do it again, and then do it again, and then do it again, and then do it again. I give you an example. Heather did 3 challenges. It took her 3 challenges. I think on her 4th one, when we started working with her on her challenge, her 4th one was actually profitable, but her first 3 weren't. Catch that. Her first 3 weren't profitable, but her 4th one was. If she gave up after 3, she would have never made I think it was $27,000 from her 4th. And then another $30,000 from her next. And then another like $15,000 from a 90-day. So do it again and again and again and again and again. Stop giving up on yourself. That's how you become comfortable with something, is you just do it over and over again. Okay, let's keep going. Oh my gosh, I have a minute, but I want to keep answering questions. So we're going to call this the extended time. If you got to go, I understand. Enroll right now into Clients with Purpose. Go to heyseanq.com/group growth. And it's going to be pretty amazing. I'll put that link right here. And if somebody could put it in the chat, that'll be amazing. And let's see if we can make it so that My head is not covered. Okay, great. Okay, Lily says, okay, Sean, you got to meet an extremely curious person because Lily asks so many questions. When it comes to sales, is it better to focus on one service or should I mention a few? I always recommend starting with one, then going to the next one if they can't do that one. For example, I'm offering a group coaching course. Well, people can also buy a private one-on-one. So here's my recommendation. I talked about this in group or in inner circle is start with your group and then upsell people to one-on-one. So start with your group, then upsell people to one-on-one. Okay, start with your group, then upsell people to one-on-one. So that's my recommendation. Okay, Jay says, what strategy can I use to differentiate my one-on-one and group program from other offers in the market? Position it as the ideal solution for change makers, sacred rebels, and creative misfits in businesses and positions of leadership. So I would say it's actually not about differentiating your program as much as it is about showing up authentically. Here's why. When you're living a life of abundance, when you're showing up authentically, aligned to who you are, there is literally no competition. Why? Because nobody can steal your lane. It's yours for life. Your lane is yours alone. So what I recommend is find your lane. Be authentic. And what happens is your authenticity differentiates you. Again, it goes back to what we were talking about in Inner Circle day 1 or day 2. The more me I am, the more money I make. Why? Because no one can be you, Jay, and Heather, and everyone else, Mandy, Joseph. No one can be you. Only you can be you. And so the more you are, the more you will differentiate your folks, your people. Okay. Next question. What's the easiest way to increase your visibility? Great question. Oops, that's my oh my gosh face. Let me go back. Oh, I got all these messages. Okay. Let me go back. Oh, okay. I know what I did. Okay. So, let's see. What's the best way to increase your visibility? Right here. Okay. So, OPA. Somebody put the word O, or the letter O, the letter P, the letter A. OPA, what that means is other people's audiences. There are people who have already built audiences for you. So Heather, I love the fact that you answered or asked this question because Heather's actually on a journey right now. She is on a journey to get on 30 podcasts. I think it was 30. I don't remember what we decided on, but she's on a journey to get on so many podcasts right now because she knows when she gets in front of other people's audiences, she shows up authentically and people are like, oh my gosh, you're amazing. I want to work with you. So the number one way, the easiest way is to go in front of other people's already existing audiences. Okay. So something I have our clients do is I recommend go on a 30 for 30 challenge, 30 podcasts in 30 days. Go get on 30 podcasts, or at least book them over the next 30 days. That's one way, right? Another way is Facebook groups. Another way is LinkedIn, hashtags and newsletters and articles. Another way is like guest blogging. I mean, just get in front of other people's audiences. If you do a 30-day sprint and get in front of 30 people's audiences that already exist, you will begin to get those people following you. There's some really cool secret like strategies we use in Clients with Purpose. So when you join, you're going to get access to those. But other people's audiences. Okay. Lily says, here's another one. What do you think about the way to attract clients by using those pre-recorded webinars? Is live more effective? So live, no matter, I don't care who you are, live, whether you're Tony Robbins or someone just getting started, live converts way higher than pre-recorded. Now, pre-recorded serves a purpose and it can be very strategically placed. But what I would recommend is unless you're doing about, my recommendation would always be to start live and then move to pre-recorded. Start live, get it correct when you do it live, then move to pre-recorded because you're going to convert higher. More people will say yes when you're live than on a pre-recorded thing. So that's my recommendation. Okay. When cultivating a group, Lamisha asked, when cultivating a group that was free and you're ready to put a price on it, what's the best way to lay it on them? And then I had a question, what was the group about? And I didn't get an answer, but I'll I'll try to answer this as best as I possibly can. Somebody tag Lamisha, let her know we're answering her question. So in cultivating a group that was free and you're ready to put a price on it, what's the best way to lay it on them? Nice. I think it's going to depend on the circumstances. So did they join free thinking it was going to be free forever? Did they join free knowing that it was like a free trial and then it's going to turn into paid? Like what's the context of them knowing that? I think if you're trying to turn a free thing into a paid thing, again, it's going to be dependent on context. So if Lamisha, if you're here live, can you give me some context so I can answer that? What's the group about? Did people know it was going to become paid before they joined? And when you're moving to paid, what's the reason to move it to paid? Let me know a little bit of those details. That'll give me a little bit more clarity on how to answer that question. So hopefully that answers. Okay, let's see. Somebody asked a question. I hear about automated short videos that can be used to attract potential clients. Any thoughts about this? Is the first one live and then the recording is used? Great question. So short videos, automated short videos. So it depends on the strategy around that. If you're talking about so there's something called the live launch, which is very famous by Jeff Walker, I believe. What he teaches is have 3 videos that are really short, 20 minutes or less, that lead people to booking a call with you or purchasing the program. In that case, then of course a short form pre-recorded webinar can absolutely work. Yes. The way that we teach it is start with a live event, because people don't buy your program. They buy your energy. Catch that. They're not first bought into the offer you're making. They first buy into you as a person. And so if your energy, and this goes back to, I think, Melissa's question of it's really uncomfortable. If your energy is uncomfortable, well, guess what? That's going to transfer and translate. So you want to make sure that they are, that you are showing up authentically, because people will be attracted to that first, and then they'll buy your program. So that's my recommendation, is always start live. It makes you a better communicator, better salesperson. It's going to make you a better entrepreneur and coach. Next question that came in here, which was any tips about being the more us and having the more fun while creating grinding like crazy? Find the joy. Is like, I don't know what's fun for you, so you know what that is. So go find the fun for you. One thing I told the inner circle to do that I did, because I didn't know where fun was in my body. You actually feel emotions in your body. And so I went to a toy store and I said, okay, I'm just going to listen to what I'm naturally curious about. And I was like, ooh, dinosaurs. I love dinosaurs. Ooh, Legos. Okay, great. And I identified, where in my body do I feel that? And for me, because I was, as a child, told, be quiet. Children are supposed to be quiet, not stand up. Like, oh, you're having too much fun. You're being too loud. You're laughing too much. And so what I wanted to do is identify, where in my body do I feel that natural childlike curiosity? And for me, it's my throat and my chest. So now when I'm doing something in business and I feel that joy, I then identify, what am I doing? Let me do more of that. So good. Okay, let's go into these questions. I'm going to we'll go 15 minutes over. So I'll be on for 7 more minutes. What's your top tip for staying consistent in marketing, even when there are times for someone like me feels the doubts creep in, doesn't feel excited? People, this is not a how question. This is a who question. Who you surround yourself with will determine how consistent you are. Again, if it is fun and you're with people who are experienced at doing what you're doing and they're helping you do it, consistency isn't even a question. So you want to find the fun, right? You don't need to be told to be consistent when it comes to playing. You just play. It's like fun. So find the fun and then find the people who can support that. It's a who question, not a how question, or who answer, not a how answer. Okay, curious, what's the best way you use to grow your Facebook audience, Facebook group? I talked about OPAs. I do have a 20-minute social strategy. And so let me share that 20-minute social strategy. First, you want to create engagement. And so you want to create engagement across the board. And then you want to ask for engagement. So to create engagement, then ask engagement. And that's pretty much the strategy. We dive really deep into like, how do you get a ton of people? Like, I get hundreds of people commenting on my stuff at times. And it's a very strategic reason why and how that happens. So if you are like, Sean, I don't want to spend more than 20 minutes a day on social media, guess what? We have a strategy for you, and you get it in the program. So exciting. Okay, Lily, what platform is better? Facebook groups, Telegram? Already talked about this. The most simple strategy for you. Let's see. Occam says, what benchmarks do you look for to let you know when you're ready to go from one-on-one to group coaching? Here's a couple of things that you should be looking for. Is if you're overwhelmed with one-on-one, like you just don't have the time for one-on-one anymore, you're feeling burned out by one-on-one, you're like, man, I really love this client, but I hate the fact that I have to hop on Zoom right now. Those are some of the things. I would also say if you're ready to scale, group coaching is the most scalable platform to be able to still spend time with people and be able to, like, the most scalable model. So my recommendation is group coaching. When you're ready to scale, when you're overwhelmed by one-on-ones, or when you don't have time for one-on-ones. So, yep, hope that answers your question. All right. Let me see. Oops, I stopped sharing. I exited out. Okay, well, I guess that means it's time. So if you have any other questions, let me know in the chat. Let me scroll through and see if any other questions came in. Heather says, had I continued alone, I know I would have quit. Having the support and encouragement pushed me to keep growing, and now I believe I'm unstoppable to creating change in my life and those I support. So good, Heather. So good. Now, if you are like, yes, Sean, I want to join. I'm ready for Clients with Purpose. You got to join by today. You got to join by today. In order to get the fast action bonuses, you can still join by Wednesday if you're like, I still have to think about it. Join by today. You'll be in. I'll officially be your coach. Where do you want to be the next 30 days, 60 days, 90 days? Well, I'm here to support you. Has this been helpful for you or what? Let me know in the chat. I'm going to take a quick drink of water, but I want to know, what was your biggest golden nugget from today? Like, what's so helpful for you, and what are you committed to doing moving forward? Let me know. Somebody says, you're stellar, Sean Q. Thank you, my friend. I always think of the movie Interstellar, which is a wild movie. But anyways, Lily says, Telegram, I find more simpler and more intimate community. That's awesome. I love it. Aaron, I see you're watching. We talked about you. I don't know if you were here when we were talking about you, but we talked about how amazing you are with your clients. Kevin says, #Gold Nugget, lead with authenticity and fun. Aaron says, committed to showing up. So good. All right. I'll see you in the program, Clients with Purpose. Go to HeySeanQ.com/group growth. Click that button, and you'll be able to sign up. And we'll see you soon. Thank you so much for the honor of letting me coach you. I'm Sean Q. I take all the ick, the sleaze, the non-consensual sales tricks of the past. We throw them in the garbage so you can have more fun. Business can be more simple, and landing clients can be easy peasy. I'll see you guys later. Bye, everyone.